Councilmember Merker. Councilmember Merker is present. I see Councilwoman Silliman virtually present. Councilmember Pinello.
Present.
Councilmember Lane.
Here.
Councilmember Conlon.
Here.
Councilmember Carpenter. Councilmember Beckwith.
Present.
Councilmember Michaels.
Here.
Can all rise to salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes. Okay, I think we have a presentation first. Dr. Mendez is here, I believe, to make a statement. They are, how are you? And make some statements and then introduce your students.
Hi, thank you, Council, for giving us a few minutes this evening to speak. My name is Jeremy Jimenez. I'm a professor at Cortland in the Foundations and Social Advocacy Department. Part of our purpose here is twofold. One of them is this idea of advocacy, to get our students to not just think about speaking about their students and future students in their own classrooms, but in the wider community. And so to kind of be like, if you're going to speak about your students, don't limit yourself to schools only. The second part is, I think we all agree we're living in particularly polarizing times. And I have some concerns young people are in many ways checking out of the political process, checking out of civics and government. So this is really just kind of an exercise to briefly participate in our democratic process, that kind of, set up those norms. So in the future, there's less hesitance for them to consider being involved. So without further ado, 4 students of mine taught for a few weeks in an immersion experience at Barry. And they're here just to share about a minute or so of their thoughts of their experience there, to speak about their students and to engage in the democratic process. So without further ado, we'll have our first student come up. Yes, Katrina, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Katrina Mahoney, and over the past 3 weeks, I've had the opportunity to observe a 2nd grade classroom at Barry Elementary School. One thing that stood out to me was part of the daily morning meeting. Each day, a student was chosen to share a fact about themselves along with a few details. Then they would select classmates who had questions about it. It was a simple routine, but I think it will have a big impact on the students over time. I watched students grow confident in their voices, feel valued, and have the opportunity to express who they are beyond the classroom. I also noticed that the students would benefit from having a different co-teaching model. I observed that one teacher led most of the whole group lessons, while the other teacher worked with the same 4 students during every lesson. I think that effective co-teaching should involve both teachers being involved in every lesson and supporting each other while also trading roles. This model of co-teaching isn't fair to the students, as it doesn't allow both teachers to connect with all learners and share instruction. It's challenging, but with more practice and planning time, I think that both teachers could evenly share classroom responsibilities, which would benefit their learners. Overall, I want to share that what I learned and saw these last few weeks have helped shape the kind of teacher I want to be and the kind of classroom I want for all my learners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here. Hello, my name is Izzy Anderson, and throughout the 3 weeks I spent at Barry Elementary, I saw many positives and a few areas where I think students' needs could be better met. For the sake of this meeting today, I want to highlight one positive and one area for improvement. I noticed that the staff at Barry is very close. In my other school experiences, I noticed that the staff was very separated or cliquey and did not talk to anyone outside of their said clique. At Barry, I saw the exact opposite. Every teacher was close and open to collaborating with each other. This allowed all of the teachers to be on the same page and enabled them to ensure every student got an equal education. The teachers were being so close with each other also created a positive work environment, which makes it easier for them to come to work each day. One suggestion I have to improve the Barry environment is possibly reaching out to partner with the YMCA or other after-school programs to provide extra academic support for the students while they are there. I noticed that there was not enough time in the school day to provide students who are falling behind with the scaffolding that they need. Providing students with the ability to receive extra support at their after-school programs they already attend will help provide the extra support these students need. This program could be run by volunteers from the community or students from the college. Perhaps teachers could connect with visiting professors to discuss how to help facilitate such support. Having it run by students from SUNY Cortland would not only provide students with the extra support that they need, but it would also give students who are going to school to be a teacher experience with working with students. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you take my ideas into consideration. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elena, and I had the privilege of having my immersion experience at Barry Elementary School. I learned so much about what it truly means to support the whole child during this experience. One of the biggest takeaways for me was seeing that every student was given breakfast each morning. I think that's incredibly important because in order for children to learn, they need to be fueled and nourished in their bodies. We never really know if every child gets breakfast at home, so having that guaranteed meal sets them up for a successful day. Of course, there was also moments that made me reflect. One thing I noticed was the importance of being mindful about how we speak to each student. Even though they're children, they deserve to be treated fairly and spoken to with respect. Our words matter, and the way we communicate truly shape a child's confidence and their experience at school. Overall, my immersion has taught me not just about teaching, but about care, dignity, and the kind of environment that we should create for every student. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paige, and I had the opportunity to observe and be part of a first grade classroom for a few weeks at Berry Primary. Throughout my three weeks at Berry, I noticed how my host teachers and many other teachers in the school seemed to have very meaningful relationships with their students. They knew a lot about their students' interests and lives outside of school and would have conversations with them about these things. My teachers also did a great job of staying in touch with their students' caregivers to stay updated on their home lives. They have constant communication with students, guardians on Parent Square, keeping them updated on what is happening in the classroom. The communication goes both ways, which I think is very important and beneficial. If students had something going on in their home lives, parents and guardians would usually keep the teachers in the loop, which helps my teachers better support their students. This communication and relationships between teachers, students, and parents helps to foster a good classroom environment. An area for improvement is something that I think Berry Primary could benefit from is having a behavior specialist in the school. Currently, their school counselor, principal, and teachers handle all of the behavior situations in the school. All of these people have many other roles and situations to be in charge of throughout the day. Because of this, I think that the school would greatly benefit from a behavior specialist who is someone designated to handle all behavioral situations throughout the day. This would help so teachers don't have to take away or interrupt time during teaching to help with situations. In some situations and classes, there is a co-teacher who is able to take over the class if one of the teachers has to step out, but this is not necessarily a long-term solution. I understand that implementing the role of a behavior specialist in the school would require the district to hire extra employees, which might not be feasible. However, I think it is definitely something worth considering. I've had experience in working in other school districts where there's designated behavior specialists, and I've seen the many positive impacts that it's had on the student and staffs of those schools. Overall, I had a very positive experience at Berry, and I am grateful I was able to spend time there. Thank you.
Thank you all for your time and attention. That concludes our student presentation segment.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys' input, and certainly great to have you guys here and giving us some good insight of what great programs you have at the college. And it's great that you could share with us, and great to hear Great Berry School was blessed to have all of you there. So thank you for that. Okay, privilege of the floor. You guys can go if you would like. You might have sit and do this. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
You can all judge them later as they go out. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. So, privilege of the floor, Amanda X.
First of all, I know they just left, but that was really nice. That's what we need. As someone that was a non-traditional student at SUNY Cortland, I have a kid that went through Barry during COVID. That's amazing. This is the kind of collaboration I really love when we can do. I want, because I know I don't want to take up too much time. I want to invite all of you guys to an event called the Crown Table Feast, Saturday, November 29th. At Access to Independence, right on Main Street here in Portland, from 1 to 4 p.m. It's a free community meal created by and for Portland neighbors, initiated by Dr. Pennington at SUNY Cortland Literacy Department. The event was inspired by the impacts of SNAP and WIC cuts, but all are welcome because everyone deserves a seat at the table. You can eat a meal with friends, old and new, take home groceries, or grab a warm meal to go. We are going to be having some donations. We're looking for volunteers and we're looking for people that really want to come eat and hang out with us. I'll leave one of these flyers for y'all and you guys know how to reach. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I would plan on stopping by and it's on my calendar. Thank you for doing that. Mr. Chu.
Maybe it's just my nerdiness, but this budget season, there's a lot of interesting stuff to learn about. And last week I attended the presentation of the county budget. And one of the things that interested me most was that they tried to make the budget report as readable as possible. I know the schools are gonna ask for more money this year based on property taxes. The county's asking for 7.5%. And I think we're asking for about 5.5% increase. And interestingly, I thought all three of those entities seem to charge about $12 per thousand in property taxes, just to put, make them compare apples to apples. But I know for the schools, they're trying very hard to, explain what they need the additional money for. And I think the county and the city both should probably, in their interest, do the same. And to that end, the county tried to make their budget plan or budget report as easy to understand as possible, and I think they did a good job. And last year, the city prepared beautiful slides back in October that provided a lot of information to make sense of the budget. And I hope that, that can be done again this year, because it will make, I think it will make selling the budget easier. So that's all.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Chu. Anybody else here to speak the privilege of the floor? Okay, mayor's report. Well, I guess, this past weekend, we had a Portica pep rally and a viewing party in the Portica itself. Although the game extensiveness was not great, we were not happy with the game turnout, and certainly it was our game to win, and pull that off. But we had pretty decent weekend as far as events. The pep rally was a high success, and thank you to Mr. Mulvihill for working on that, putting that together, the youth bureau, and certainly the police and fire. Police worked diligently all weekend. They stationed out the VFW. Thank you to Dan McNeil for letting us use that. I think that was a good success. The code office had 36 tickets. I think the city PD had 25 traffic tickets. Only 78 instances over Saturday. 6 large parties, 59 topics, and 21 court being the worst. Who got tickets from code and from PD, so they're very diligent about it. The bars were very well maintained. The bouncers did a great job, and the owners did a great job in keeping everybody safe and keeping them under control. So I think we had limited issues. I think the rain helped with some of that too, but I appreciate everybody's efforts, especially the police and fire and their efforts in keeping everybody safe during Portica. And next year we gotta win the game too, and we got all of them done. As we all know, that game is going to the city next year, which is not necessarily good for our local commerce. Overall, I think it's great for Portland. It's great to advertise it nationally and have that game be such a big presence that it is, but we'll still bring people in and we'll still do well. So we're excited to have that. We've had a lot of health insurance information sessions by the consortium and Excelis, hopefully help with some of those concerns and relevance. Went to the Ward 5 meeting last night and addressed a good turnout there that Mr. Conlon had there. And I think we answered some questions there and that went well. The Veterans Dinner at the Elks. Congratulations to our retiree Jeff Pitts, police officer, who won Veteran of the Year. It's a great program and certainly we appreciate our vets. The Salvation Army kickoff, Red Kettle kickoff campaign, the kickoff breakfast, attended that. And so again, we have upcoming, we have the November 29th that you just heard about. Smith Intermediate School Bingo, Family Bingo Night. I'll be over to do that. Our Visions of Christmas tree lighting. Don't forget that on Good Black Friday on the 28th. And then the cookies and cocoa with Santa after that. And then we're pushing into the Christmas season for our menorah lighting in the first or second week in December. So be ready for that. There's Youth Bureau and everybody's getting set up for the Christmas lights and Christmas tree. So we're excited about getting everything turned around for that. Hopefully get some sunshine and get some of this depressing weather out. So with that, we'll go to
So
Ward.
that one quick, can you announce the time for the tree lighting?
It's at 6.
Thank you.
And so there'll be dancers there and a church choir group singing and inside the fire hall. So it'll be fun to get there at 5:30 or so and get to see our new Christmas tree that we've had put in. So that'd be fun. Okay, so Ward 1.
Can I interrupt just a moment where Councilmember Silliman is trying to get her audio connected?
I think I'm good, Andy. Thank you.
Ward 1 first.
I'll say since the election, it's been pretty quiet, but in the last 10 days, I've had several retirees reach out to me, expressing their concerns, and hopefully we're gonna be on the same page.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Silman, welcome.
Nice to see you guys. I heard that Cortica went very well. The code office deserves kudos for taking down a particularly egregious bed sheet that the YMCA was not happy about, and I appreciate that. It's too bad that Cortland lost the game, but you know, you got to give the Bombers a little incentive to keep playing, right? They have to win once in a while. And I want to say, shout out to Berry Bulldogs. Both of my kids went to Berry. And other than that, it's been pretty decent in the second ward. I do have a group of neighbors who are very concerned about parking lots, about paving a good deal of property and building parking lots. So that remains a concern, and I'm hoping that we can address that with the new comprehensive plan.
Okay, thank you very much. Good seeing you. Ms. Pennell.
So all's good in the third ward, as far as quiet, nothing major. I too received calls from retirees about the health insurance. I also reached out and polled my constituents to get an idea of where they stood and how they wanted me to vote on the health insurance issue. So I talked to many people, bipartisan, didn't matter what party they belonged to, but I did reach out to the third ward constituents and I got a lot of really good information. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Ms. Lane?
There were a couple of sheet signs that I was not pleased with, but. I also heard from retirees. And Tompkins Street, I've heard from several people how wonderful Tompkins Street is. And personally, the tracks don't make any noise now, so it's lovely. Thank you for the board.
We don't have to hear about it anymore.
Well,
Last time.
no, it's gonna, you
Amen.
know, it's gonna wear away and then I'll be all over it all over.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
I will be here.
Yeah. I'll call you.
Mr. Khan?
Well, you stole my thunder on the ward meeting, but good turnout for that, and I appreciate you coming. It was great to be able to have some people ask questions and all that, so thank you. I've also heard from some retirees as well. I had conversations and doing some research on the health insurance changes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Carpenter?
All quiet in the sixth.
Thank you. Mr. Beckwith?
Just recap on the Corsica weekend, I was able to participate all 3 days. The pep rally on Friday night was good, the dancers, there was 4 dance studios that was well received, and I was able to do the speech. That was all good. Saturday made the rounds around town, checked on everything was going good there, and then Sunday it was about 25, 38 kids that showed up from SUNY Cortland to do cleanup. Eric organized all that, and I forget the lady's name from the college, but these kids sign up to do the cleanup program, they get extra credit, we hand out bags and gloves and they go on their way. And Tammy, the president of the Portland County Hotel and Restaurant Association, donated cider and donuts for the kids, and that was great too, even though it was raining and miserable out, but I think the town overall, it was great. I didn't hear, anything, talked to the chief and deputy chief, and I think everybody was happy with everything. It was, I think the weather had a lot to do with it, but it was well received, and I think we're on the right track. So other than that, pretty quiet.
I didn't thank you, but thank you for covering those events for me. I really appreciate that.
What I get paid for.
Mr. Michaels?
We also had some constituents reach out to myself regarding some of the questions retirees might have had. And I was able to forward some of this information along to those that would better answer some of these questions than myself. And I was also able to answer some of the items that I had at hand and I knew at hand. But other than that, pretty much quiet in the eighth board. Thank you.
Thank you. Approval of minutes, can I get a motion to accept the minutes? The partner, Mr. Beckwith, any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Gonna wait for that one. Agenda item number 1, set a public hearing for proposed 2026 city budget, 6 P.M. December 2nd, 2025.
Resolved that the city clerk shall publish notice of the filing of the budget and an abstract in the official newspaper of the city that in accordance with section C 21-9 of the city charter. And be it further resolved that the common council shall hold a public hearing at 6 P.M. December 2nd, 2025 at 6 P.M. at City Hall, 25 Court Street on the proposed 2026 city budget, at which any person may be heard for or against any item thereof. And be it further resolved that after said public hearing and prior to adoption of the final 2026 city budget, the common council may modify items of appropriation or anticipated revenues in the proposed 2026 city budget, except appropriations required by law or for debt service in accordance with C 21-10 of the city charter.
I'll move it.
Mr. Allen, Mr. Beckwith, any questions? Can you move it, please?
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 2, set public hearing on proposed local law related to property tax levy authority. 6 P.M. December 2nd, 2025 or 2026. Yeah. Or it's 2025, sorry.
Resolved that pursuant to section C 3C5 of the general municipal law and section 20 of the municipal home law rule law of the state of New York, a public hearing on a proposed local law to authorize the override of The tax levy limit for fiscal year should be 2026. Shall be held on December 2nd, 2025 at 6 P M. At City Hall, 25 Court Street. At which time any person may be heard for or against the matter.
Ms. Lang. Mr. Carpenter, any questions? Move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 3, set public hearing on proposed local law to allow the common council to set city fees, fines and penalties by resolution. 6 P M, December 2nd, 2025.
Resolved that pursuant to section 20 of the municipal home rule law of the state of New York. A public hearing on a proposed local law to remove specified dollar amounts for fees, fines and penalties from the city code. And grant the common council the authority to set and modify such charges by resolution of the council. Shall be held on December 2nd, 2025 at 6 P M at City Hall, 25 Court Street. At which time any person may be heard for or against the matter.
Mr. Conlon. Mr. Michaels, any questions? Move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 4, set public hearing on proposed local law to establish rental, fire and safety inspection and rental certificate of compliance. 6 P M, December 2nd, 2025.
Resolved that pursuant to section 20 of the municipal home rule law of the state of New York, a public hearing on a proposed local law relating to rental, fire and safety inspections and certificates of compliance shall be held on December 2nd, 2025 at 6 P M at City Hall, 25 Court Street, at which time any person may be heard for or against the matter.
I'll move it.
No. Beckwith.
I'll-
Any questions? You have a question, Katie?
No, sorry, I was trying to second. I guess there's a lag.
Yeah.
We'll give you the next one.
Right, anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
And just to note that with the public hearing notice that'll be posted to the city website. The text of both those proposed, or all three of those proposed local laws will be posted with the meeting notice online. And the newspaper publication will direct people to that text online on the public. It'll be found on the public notice section of the website. Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 5, 2026 health insurance coverage plans and options for the city of Cortland, active employees and retirees.
Resolved as follows. One, that the eligible retired Medicare enrolled individuals who are currently enrolled on either the Classic Blue or MS3 for the 2025 plan year shall be provided with an option to elect between MHIC MS-3 and SPANI Plan 4. And 2, that all retirees not currently 65 upon attaining the age of 65 and enrolling in Medicare shall be provided with an option to elect between the MS3 plan and the SPANI Plan 4. The failure in this case to exercise an election shall result in defaulting to the SPANI Plan 4. 3, that all active employees or retirees not enrolled in Medicare who had coverage under Classic Blue or Platinum Plan for the 25 plan year shall be transferred to the Bronze Plan for said year. 4, that for all active employees and retirees being transferred to the Bronze Plan, the city shall fully fund an HRA covering the in-network out-of-pocket maximum and the out-of-network out-of-pocket maximum. 5, that said HRA shall be used for expenses attributable to the in-network out-of-pocket maximum and out-of-network out-of-pocket maximum. Or I'm sorry, I'm misstating. supposed to be the in-network out-of-pocket maximum and the out-of-network out-of-pocket maximum. And 6, that in the event that any service, procedure, or device would have been covered under Classic Blue and is not covered by the Bronze Plan, MS3 Plan, or Plan 4, the city shall pay in full the expenses of said uncovered service, procedure, or device. The city is further directed to develop a policy and procedure for submission of claims for such items and to distribute the same.
Before I accept the motion to it, I just want to strike the last sentence in the second resolve where it starts off as failure. And then they would, because it's kind of contradicting to itself, the failure will be to Plan 4. They have the option and the option has to be picked. So I'd just like to scratch that last sentence before I take the motion for that resolution.
So stricken.
Okay. So, get a motion.
I'll move it.
Mr. Bell, Mr. Beckwith. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just, yeah, everybody knows how I feel about this. The HRA card, just a question on that, in 4 and 5. It doesn't talk about how long that HRA card is gonna be funded for 35K.
We're being funded for 35K.
The 35,000 is supposed to be funded for each individual, right? That's what it's listing is covering, right?
That would be the family amount.
The family
It's funded for the plan year, whatever's not used during the plan year returns to the city.
Right, so isn't there shouldn't there be wording in there specifically as to how long you're gonna fund that for?
It's funding the out-of-pocket match for the plan year. There's no specific listed in there because that amount could go up the following year. It's funding the full in-pocket and out-of-pocket match.
There's no expiration date on it.
Correct.
The amount will change.
But the amount resets every January 1st.
That's not saying how long the city's gonna fund that HRA for, though. It could be 5, 10 years, doesn't give you a deadline, right?
Right. The only way to keep it equal or better is to fully fund it in perpetuity.
So if you don't fund it, and it goes up to 8,000, if you don't fund it, then you're not holding it. That's what it's supposed to be. But. Anybody else?
Yes.
Turned in the real way.
Wait, Katie's got
Go
something.
ahead, Katie, yes?
So I just have to say, I deeply regret that I haven't been part of the conversation around this the way I have in past years. But because of my own difficult health difficulties right now, I was not able to attend all of the meetings. So I just want to say that it's important to me that the promises we made to people, even if they're primo plans, that they get to keep those and that we sunset those with new hires. As a public servant, as a school teacher, that's how it's worked in my business. I'm tier 4. People who were tier 1 got beautiful retirement plans. Tier 4 is very different, but I knew that going in. I don't want the city to turn its back on any promises it's made. That being said, I understand that if we don't vote for this, taxes go up 17% for people in the city. Is that correct?
Higher than that. It would be 34, is that right? 34%?
Jesus. Sorry, strike that. So like from what you're saying is that you're trying to make people whole and fulfill that promise to people who worked for the city and in good faith. You know, one thing you trade when you're in public service is job security and stability for lower pay. But then, for instance, I have great insurance through SUNY Cortland. We've had bills that are over $100,000. We haven't had to pay anything. And I wouldn't want the rug pulled out from under us now. So I just, I would like to vote for this. I just need some reassurance that all of the things that Mr. Jewett just enumerated are an attempt to make people whole, to keep the promise that we promised our public employees.
Yes, and that's what the last resolve is stating, Katie, that we would make sure they're whole no matter, they're not gonna be left behind, because I think we all heartily agree, all 100%, we want to leave anybody behind. And that is, not any intent, or we don't believe it would happen, but just to assure you, we put the blanket over it, say everything would be covered.
Okay, thank you. Because like the others, I've received emails from people who have retired from the city and they're concerned. And I'm hoping that they'll feel better about this when they see how it shakes out.
Yes, the anxiety is real, so I can't take that away. And the anxiety is real for all of us and especially for them, and it would be for the taxpayers. But if we can make it all work out, and then we're hoping that they come again this year and everybody will recognize the greatness of what it is.
Terrific.
So,
Thank you.
So I mentioned earlier, I had reached out to and poll my constituents in the third ward. And again, it was a bipartisan group. And overall, they all said the same thing. They want the retirees and the current active employees to have insurance, to have health insurance. That's a given. The problem is, we as elected officials have a fiduciary responsibility, right, to the city of Portland, the taxpayers. 30% or 34% tax increase is not sustainable. People can't afford that. So it can't, and my constituents said, we can't afford it. We just can't afford it. Let them have the health insurance that will keep them whole health-wise, but we cannot afford that kind of a tax increase. And then you're adding the county on top of that. So I just want, that's how they wanted me to vote. And that's what I'm doing. I'm representing my constituents. So I just wanted to say that. It's not sustainable. It's just not.
Thank you.
In relation to number 6 of the resolved, do we have a sense of when those policies and procedures will be presented to the council at this point, or is that still in the works?
Policies and procedures, the procedure being like a surgical procedure.
No, it's like how somebody would submit a claim.
How they would submit an uncovered claim, for policies and procedures for how that will be.
I started working on that. I just don't have a full draft. I hope to have it by the next council.
Randall. Google in perpetuity, okay? It says right here, forever and ever, indefinitely or until further notice. Is that right? That's what it means? For the bronze plan, for the funding of the HRA.
The only way the HRA works to be equal or better is with a fully funded, but the only way the bronze plan works to be equal or better is with a fully funded HRA. So if at some point the city were to say we're not fully funding the HRA, immediately it becomes not equal or better, and every retiree and union is going to sue the city. Yeah. You know, I can't guarantee you that some city council down the future is not going to do that and get sued, because they could. You know, but they're putting themselves in a spot where they will lose, in my opinion.
All right.
Anybody else? I will call the vote, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Nay.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
And agenda item number 6, award ash tree and stump removal agreement.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council hereby authorizes Mayor Steve to enter into an agreement with Carter's Tree Service in the amount of $27,500 for removal of 47 diseased ash trees and stumps and to execute all required contract documents.
Mr. Any seconds? Mr. Merker? Any questions on the tree stump removal?
Thank you. We still have stumps out there that are having been picked up first on the ground. What's going on with them?
So,
That is from the first batch, right?
yes, the DEC requires us, and I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head, it has to be done a certain time of year. When that's ground, some of them have been done, once we get the award, some of the trees haven't been taken down, because we have a grant for it.
And we put that for purposes to stump.
Yes.
And
But is that's only for the ash trees?
Correct.
That's correct.
So all the stumps that are left for the ash trees or maple trees or?
We now have a stump grinder, so city workers can do some of the grinding in houses.
Some of the other trees will grind or. That's fine.
And the trees on Broadway, the 3 or 4 trees on Broadway are on this list.
If they're ash trees.
I believe that.
Yes, they were on that list. I know street, yes, for sure. Yes, they're, so that's it. And if we took them down, we would get.
West Virginia, of course you can do something.
And I know you have to wait until November.
November.
Fast.
Looks like based on the numbers I've seen, that there's gonna be some money left over anyway. What do we do with the balance of
Oh,
65,000?
if there is money left over.
It's the planting portion of the grant.
Okay, yeah. That could be any tree.
Yeah,
Within-
there's a plan for
yeah,
that,
within the
correct, yeah.
list, yeah, yeah, okay,
We have lots of trees next year.
yes.
Lots.
Just don't plant ash.
All right. I can't do that
Make a
anymore.
different
All
grant.
right,
Well, we'll put them on the power lines also, we'll
Yeah.
cut them down.
Or black walnut.
Yeah.
That been-
Anybody else?
That was a tree of choice and you asked to plant it.
Well, they didn't get the board.
Right,
If
right.
they thought they would have been great, they're beautiful, it's a beautiful wood. for sure. All right, move it, please.
Councilmember Merker,
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon. Aye. Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 7, approve special event permits for the YMCA Turkey Trot, November 27th, 2025.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council does hereby approve permits as described below for issuance by the city clerk, conditioned on fulfillment of applicable state and local code requirements. The event is the YMCA's annual Turkey Trot, November 27th, 2025, from 8 AM to 11 AM. And the route goes from the YMCA down Tompkins, via Tompkins Street, Broadway, Ashley Drive, out to 281, and then back via the same route.
Motion. Beckwith. Michaels. Aye.
Katie.
We'll get back to this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Katie's got the rest of them on if you're all in favor.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have any questions? All right, move please.
Councilmember Merker,
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 8, declare police department vehicle surplus and approve sale to Contento Scrap Metal Processing and Recycling.
Resolved by the city of Portland Common Council as follows: the 2019 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit package vehicle currently owned by the city of Portland Police Department and declared surplus scrap is hereby authorized to be taken to Contento's Recycling Scrap Yard for disposal. 2, Mayor Steve, the police chief, and other designated city officials are hereby authorized to take actions necessary to effectuate the transfer of ownership and physical delivery of the vehicle to Contento Scrap Metal Processing and Recycling for destruction. And 3, the proceeds from such sale shall be deposited in the departmental revenue account for sale of equipment.
Get a motion.
Katie.
Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
So moved.
There we go.
Ms. Lehman, Ms. Lane, second. Any questions on that? I think we'll be pushing that one, right? Having cheap, that one doesn't have an engine.
Yeah, it's got an engine, it's just not connected to it.
It's not really neutral.
Yeah, it's in the back. Right, okay. All right.
Councilmember Merker,
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 9, declare certain youth bureau equipment surplus and approve sales through auctions and internet.
Resolved that resolved by the city of Portland Common Council as follows: a 2011 Chevrolet Silverado with dump box, a 2013 Dodge Caravan, and 2 floor scrubbers currently owned by the city of Portland Youth Bureau are declared surplus. The following declared surplus and the sale of such surplus equipment is authorized through Auctions International in accordance with applicable city and state procurement and disposal policies. And 3, the proceeds from such sales shall be deposited into the departmental revenue account for sale of equipment.
Motion? Right, polls. Still none? Anybody else, any questions? Can you move it, please?
Councilmember Merker,
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 10, accept and recognize donation to the police department.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council, on behalf of the mayor and police department, expresses its gratitude for the generosity of the donors listed below. Be it further resolved that the common council hereby accepts the following donations: the amount of $3,210 to be appropriated to the accounts and for the purposes below. A donation from the Cortland School Crossing Guards in the amount of $500. All of these donations go to the Shop with a Cop program. Donation from the Portland Elks Lodge in the amount of $2,000, and a donation from Sardini Eye Care for $710.
I'll move it.
Mr. Pinello, Mr. Carpenter, thanks for those donations. That's great that they keep giving back to the community. And move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 11, accept and recognize donations to the.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council, on behalf of Mayor Steve and the Youth Bureau, expresses its gratitude for the generosity of the donors below. And be it further resolved that the common council hereby accepts the following donations totaling $1,225 in memory of Rick Janke and $1,000 for the Visions of Christmas to be appropriated to the Youth Bureau donation account for their intended purposes. So a $1,000 donation came from Visions Credit Union for the Visions of Christmas event. And the following individuals made donations in memory of Rick Janke, Rosemarie and Ronald Winowitz, Zane Remus, Claude and Donna Halzek, Robin and James M., Joseph and Mary Francis Charbonneau, the Cortland Community Services Club, Robert Sams, Genevieve Leon, and Alexandra De Gusto.
Wayne, your colleague. We'll be doing something for Mr. Janke, later in spring, probably, next year, in memory of him, and we'll put together a project for that. So we appreciate everybody doing that. He's a great person for our community, and, nice that they recognize him, and that we'll do a memory in honor of that. The Visions of Christmas, again, that was the Christmas tree lighting. Just chocolate cookies, etc. for the kids, so it's pretty exciting stuff, so make sure to come down and see your favorite Santas. Move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Anybody else have anything to add? So, Mr. Carpenter, I know it was a tough decision for all of us, making that decision, and, I think it's tough for the retirees, and I understand, or the ones that are under 65 and over 65, but. You know, I can't, in 6 months from now, I set my calendar, Jake's gonna make sure that happens, and I'm gonna bring it up in a council meeting and say that where everything is at, and everything is good. And good, and we'll go a year of it, and we'll continue that. I get the concern, and I think we'll be making that part of the resolution. And we can do it on an annualized basis to make sure that that's repetitive, so it does not get forgotten, and I think that's the important factor.
Have somebody ever drawn up or whatever, just go with the charter and stays there?
I mean, I don't know about that part of it, but I think we can, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you can do a long-term contract in the charter.
Yeah, outside of the union contracts, when we do one privately with the retirees.
We can't do a contract with the retirees, and putting it in the charter has really no more effect than doing a resolution. I mean, the charter is subject to change just like a resolution would be.
I'm just, trying to make it more easy for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know that there is a way out, because it's a circle argument. It could.
Well, the only way out is we ever go to vote. That's the only way it's gonna.
And I don't know that that'll happen, and I think certainly.
Well, no.
I will certainly be in the audience cheering them on if they vote against it, so I think that's the most important part. So with that, I'll accept the motion for adjournment.
Aye.
Mr. Conlon.
So moved.
There we go.
Still there, we're staying here, all those in favor?
Speeding up at the end, Katie.
Aye.
Hey, Katie.
And, yeah.
Great to see you guys.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Scott, thank you.